Today we're going to go over to France, where we have there's a slight issue in the table. It seems to be the wrong way round. Lyon are currently bottom of the table. No wins in their first 9 games. I can't believe this is correct. Nice are top. Of course, owned by Jim Radcliffe and the Ineos group. Finally, they're turning things around. Hopefully, there may be hope for United yet. But yeah, PSG slightly behind the Monaco, Lille, Reims, Rennes down there. Marseille in 9th position. Lens in 10th. A lot of big teams out of the top 4. But most shockingly is Lyon. And we're here to do something about it. So they have a 4-star reputation, which is quite nice. They're very rich, which is good. We have activated the first window. We have a pot of £3 million, a wage budget of 800,000 as well. And the club enjoyed the most dominant decade in the 2000s, finding domestic success easy to come by while establishing themselves on the continental stage. The last won it in 2008. To be honest, I thought it was a lot later than that. I thought it was only recently. They have won the French Cup 5 times, the last one being in 2012. League 2, there's the Copa de Ligue BK in 2001, Trophée de Champs in 2012, also won it in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, the French Champions Challenge in 1973, and they've not got a European trophy either, so that would be quite nice for them to get into Europe and to compete against the best as well. This is their preferred 11 or best 11 and their preferred formation, which, to be perfectly honest, I haven't been a fan of, but it has worked in recent rebuilds before we changed it. So maybe we might change it straight off the bat, because to me it's far too defensively, but it depends what sort of players we have got. They've still got Lacazette, though, and Baldy. The board's vision for the future: sign players based in France, so we've got to sign French players, or players that are in France. So not necessarily just French, so we're going to have to look at players in the country then. Work within the budget is a gimme. Qualify for the Europa League, reach the latter stages of the French Cup, and then the end of the 24-25 season. Is that a couple of seasons away? Qualify for the Champions League, and the rest going forward. So before we quickly go on to the staffing and the squads, let's have a quick look at what the finances look like. It's always interesting to know. They have got 79, nearly £80 million in the bank. Wow. And yeah, I guess because the transfers have already been made this summer. And we're going to hopefully bring in another one maybe. Any debts? They have got no net debt. But sponsorships, it's not an awful lot. I mean, 25, 30... You're probably looking at about £32-33 million a year in that as well. Staffing wise, it doesn't look too bad. Just above average, so they will have to bring in new players in as well as the medical staff. Wow, that's woeful. And squad wise, let's have a look from ability, from the best they've got in. So they've got Ernst Nuamar. He is currently on loan to ourselves from Belgium club Molenbeek. If he's any good, we might hang on to him, but looking at that, he looks pretty solid. A right winger, left winger. I mean, that's quite interesting to have. That's good. That's what we like to see. Is he quick? Yeah, well, yeah, he's very, very quick. They've also got Anthony Lopez. He is 32 years old, though, so we might be able to hang on to him for a year or two, possibly, until there's somebody better to come in. Caracat, he's currently injured. He's out for another 3 weeks. 23 years old, midfield. Excellent. He can play DM as well, actually, or cam. Lacazette, 32 years old. Well, as long as he can still put the ball in the back of net, which he had done last season. 27 goals in 35. That's really, really good. Lovren from Liverpool. Okay, undisclosed. At the back, 34. Again, he's still quickish. Probably look to replace him at some point. Probably not this season. We'll let the first season go. But if we can get somebody in. Clinton Matter as well. Defender, right back. 30 years old. Still reasonably quick though. And Nicolas Tagliafico, 30 years old. Left back. I mean, the back line is pretty sorted, I feel. And Cherki. Now, I do recognise the name Cherki. Did we bring him for Man United in the last week's rebuild? He does ring a bell, and I thought he was really good as well. I think possibly we may have our right and left wingers sorted, that's for sure. There's a couple of other youngsters. Kumbendi is another youngster, 18 years old, right back. I mean, maybe we try him out straight off the bat, see how he does. Got high potential. And there's another one, Uruch as well, or Ouch. Midfield. I mean, the squad is very, very small. Second team. Anybody that we can steal and bring in straight off the bat. Mamadou Sarr, centre back, could become the club's best player and potentially a lot better than Lovren. Okay, we're looking for somebody. Is he tall? Is he quick? Still a lot of growing to do. He's only 17 years old, so maybe we could try and get him out on loan. Zhao, Justin, goalkeeper. Okay, again, showing a lot of promise. I mean, they have got a lot of players with high potential in the team, which is pretty good as well. What about the under-19s? Let's have a quick look. Again, very promising young players, especially centre-backs. Wow. Itonde as well. A youngster, 16 years old. A lot of promise. And we've also got Yahi. Do apologise for butchering the names. But again, very young. A lot of time ahead of him. Again, a lot of players that they have got in the squad. It all depends now whether they are, if they can step up. That's the issue. So the current transfers that they've had in already, a couple of players on loan, like Kaleta Carr, centre back, looks pretty decent actually, to be honest. 26 years old. Mama Boldy, right. Well, he can actually play up front, and he can play out on the wing as well, even better. And these are all on loan, unfortunately. Musa Kante, he's gone out on loan, I think, has he? No. Arsenal have gave us Maitland-Niles. Wow, that's a turn up. I mean, do we play at right back? That could be a very, very good steal, especially for a freebie as well. Daiwara as well, PSG, midfield, a lot of potential. Bring in Jake O'Brien from Crystal Palace for 850,000, centre back. Akuku from Real Hispalis. Another centre back actually, or DM should I say. Alvaro as well from FCSM, midfielder, 21 years old, and Clinton Mata as well for 4.3 million. I think this is a guy that we are going to be playing at right back for the time being. But they pay that much money for him, 30 years old. I don't think there's any stipulations as to how old these players need to be. No, not in the slightest. They've already lost quite a few players, like Barcola. He's gone to PSG for 38.5 million. Lukiba as well has gone to Leipzig for 25.5. Azkakar to the Valencia 4.3, and Thiago Mendes for 3.6. I mean, they have let go of quite a few players as well. Right, let's delve into the market. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can bring in anybody else that might be able to help us. And we'll be straight back. With the transfer window now shut and we're into September, we bring in Pablo Rosario, one player, up to, I think it was £9 million or something like that, from Nice, actually, from one of our rivals. Played 4 games for us already, 6.62. He was ever present for Nice, so I think he'll be quite a good addition to the squad. And to be perfectly honest, we brought him in really he can either play in defence midfield, but really for the defensive midfield duties. I felt like we needed somebody a little bit more stable in there. And at 26 years old, I think he'll do pretty well as well. Which brings us round to the current formation. This is what we're going to be going with this season. It's not necessarily one that we'll be sticking with throughout this rebuild. But Rosario slots straight in as a ball-winning midfielder on defence in the DM role with Selata Carr and Diamonde. Diamonde being the youngster, 22 years old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I'm hoping he's going to grow this season. So he slots in alongside him, as we have got some older players in here. So if they get injured, the older players can come in and do a job for us. But ultimately, we want the younger ones in there so they can grow. And I think budgets is going to be a serious problem this rebuild, I feel. We've got Numar on the left hand side, Cherki on the right hand side, who's currently injured. He'll be out for another 2 weeks, so hopefully we'll have him back soon. We've been trying to find our feet, and we kind of struggled using this DM role. So the league started, we played Strasbourg, we drew 2-2. Montpellier 0-0. We only just beat Nice 1-0, but we did draw with PSG 1-1 at home, so I'm quite happy with that. Despite going 1-0 down, it was a Kadewere that gets the goal in the last minute of the game. So really, really happy with that. We've done better than what they have done so far this season, because we are currently sitting in 6th, not bottom. But saying that, we've only played 4 as opposed to Lyon's 9 games already this season. And we've already had a win and 3 draws, so we're doing all better than what they are already. And the season preview has us to finish in 6th, 50-1. So I'm really happy with that. And as you can see, it's all PSG players and 1 player from Marseille, Kondogbia. Without any further ado, let's simulate our first season and see how we get on. After having a very good start to the season, we do finish in 4th position, which is absolutely phenomenal. We are in the Champions League spot as well. 3 points off Monaco in 3rd spot, but we are a whopping 21 points from winners at PSG, which is just crazy. And they scored 104 goals, conceding only 21. Wow, that is insane. And Reims on the Europa League, and they finished down in 13th. So if we have a look at our league form, so we did start off really well, 3 draws and a win. We continue with some more wins in there. We're not conceding many goals as well. We do stutter around about the November-December time, but still not losing many games. Marseille we beat 4-1 though. And then we finished strongly as well, which is quite good. PSG, what happened with them again? I can't see. PSG there. We lost 2-0 away from home. That's unfortunate. But I think that's quite a successful season considering. However, in the French Cup, we do get battered 10th round by eventual winners. I'm guessing Reims went on to win the competition. Yeah, 2-0 against Nice. So we lost to the eventual winners. So I can't complain too much about that. So if we just have a look at our squad, 28 goals by Lacazette. Wow, he's just an absolute machine. The question is, do we still keep him on for another season? He has contracted us to another season at least anyway. So maybe we hang on to him. Maybe that's why we did so well. 28 goals though. That is phenomenal. 6 for Cherki as well. He did well with 14 assists. That's absolutely fantastic. Neymar as well, 3 and 3. Not a lot, to be honest. Did he take an injury? We don't know, but it would be nice if we could have kept him. But at £30 million, I don't think that would be an option. And we've been given £22 million, even though we've got £111 million in the bank. We may have to ask the board. In fact, I'll go to that one there. Ask the board. Oh, we'll ask him on that anyway. I was hoping to ask for a little bit more money, but hopefully we'll have a look at some clauses and see if we can get some money out of that. But either way, I think we should be able to do something, at least bring 1 or 2 more players in. So one of our first transfers that were one of our first transfers that was already done from last season is Kaleta Carr from Southampton. He joins us for £3.1 million. Had a very good season on loan to us last season. I think he was absolutely superb, and he comes to us on a full-time contract now. Excited to have him at 27 years old as well. One from our rivals, Monaco, for £2.2 million. We're bringing Myron Bodo. Striker, he can play out on the wings as well, but mainly for a striker. Like I said, we signed on for another couple of seasons because he's had 2 really good seasons, and he's been great for a backup. And I decided to bring in a youngster as well, someone that we can nurture in to fill his spot. He wasn't getting any game time, but for AZ, he played reasonably well for the last two seasons he was there. So scored 3 goals for us in 4 games already. So I'm really, really chuffed. I mean, 7 and 8 in all competitions. I mean, it's just superb going, and he can only just improve. I mean, look at that pace and acceleration. Wow, you're not going to catch him. And finally, from Molenbeek, for £29 million, we bring him back to the club. Ernest Nuama looks absolutely phenomenal. 20 years old. We've got him for 5 seasons, I think we have as well, on a 5-year deal, 95 grand a week. Play alongside Cherki out on the other wing. It's going to be a match made in heaven, I feel, and they're going to cause a lot of defences a lot of problems. He had not too bad season last season, 28 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, but this season 2 assists in 4, 7.32. I think it's a bargain. So with that being said, we're going to have Cherki and Numawa out on the left and right. Cherki, I'm really impressed with him so far, the young lad. 21 years old, and if we just have a quick look at his progress and his attributes, They're all going up. Work rate's gone up. His pace has gone up. Acceleration, agility. It can only get better from here, I feel, as well. But this is going to be our formation. We're sticking with the same. Turkey's on the left this time. Numawa on the right-hand side. Bodo up front. And we're going to have Rosario in the centre. But we're going to be playing him as an anchor this time. Results have gone pretty well our way. Friendlies, we've only lost 2. We lost to St Mirren. I don't know where in God's name that came from. And Man City, which you probably would expect. And we were 2-0 down after 13 minutes. So we did reasonably well not to concede any more after that. We did play in the Champions League qualifying. And we beat Galatasaray 3-0 and drew 1-1 away from home. Then we played Austria Vienna. We beat them 2-1 and 3-1. Which lands us in the Champions League phase. So really happy about that. So more money coming our way. League form even better. 1-0 against Nice, 3-1 against Paris FC, and Clermont 2-0. Oh, and a 3-0 against FC Lorient as well. Champions League, we have drawn Zvezda, also AEK, Feyenoord, Barcelona, Inter, Juventus, Besiktas, and Salzburg. We're lying top of the table 4-4. Well, I didn't expect that, but I'm reasonably happy with that. I can't complain yet again. And our season preview has us still in 6th, 50-1. We're still trying to break into that top 5. But if we can finish 4th again, I'll be ecstatic. And it looks like PSG have dominated the dream team. They're going to take some catching, I feel. So let's delve into season 2 and we'll see how we get on. Season 2 is over and we finish a place down. Pressures of the Champions League, I wonder. But 19 wins, 8 draws, 7 losses. So we did lower our draws down a bit, but we added them to the losses, in fact. However, we did score 74 goals, but conceded 43. But other than that, it's not too bad. We're still in Europe, which is good, and it's the Europa League, so maybe we might stand a better chance in there. Unless, of course, we have won the Champions League, in which case, if we did, would still be in the Champions League, so that's not happened. Our league form, we did start off pretty well. A 7-0 winning over ASSE there. Wow, that's a massive result. Who scored in that? Bodo with a hat-trick. Excellent stuff. We did lose to Strasbourg 2-0 after having almost a near-perfect start. Then we lose our way in November. A loss in December to Nice. We did beat Nice 1-0 at home though, so that's not too bad. PSG, we lost 2-0 away from home. Rennes 3-1 at home. Any other big scores? We do have an unbeaten February, which is nice. A 5-3 victory over Montpellier. We lose to Marseille, but beat Toulouse. And then April, I think that's what really did it for us. PSG lost 3-1 at home and then losing to Monaco with 2 draws, Rennes and Brest either side. But we do finish strongly. The French Cup, we didn't even get past the 9th round, losing to Clermont 3-0. Again, very disappointing not to progress to the latter stages. The Champions League, after getting our way through the qualifiers, wow, we did not do well at all in the league phase. Zvezda, we lost 2-0. We did beat AEK 2-0, but lost to Feyenoord, Barcelona, Inter. I mean, mind you, they have been pretty close. We did draw Juventus, but lost to Besiktas and Salzburg. Games that I would have expected us to win, at least 3 of them. That's so disappointing. Clearly the side is not quite ready for the Champions League. However, looking at the squad, Bodo comes in with a bang, 36 goals in 45. Did Lacazette play at all? He did, and he scored 7 goals and 2 assists. That's not bad in 4 starts. But Turkey starting to step up now, 12 goals, 10 assists. Kakare as well, 9 and 10 with Nuama, 17 assists, 8 goals. It's good to see that our wingers are producing the goods as well this early on in the rebuild. I mean, those 3 really, Nuama, Bodo and Cherki, I think we're going to hang on to them for quite a while. And probably Karaket as well, actually. He's only 25 years old. Where's Maitland Miles? He's not doing as well, though, is he, though, to be perfectly honest? We may have to invest in another midfielder, possibly. And our goalkeeper, now 34, conceding 52 goals. He's conceded a lot more this time. So let's have a look at the finances. That's more important. So, £65 million. We've got £138.5 million in the bank. Can we ask for a little bit more? Well, the guaranteed next year's budget is 32. Just be greedy. Let's increase next season's budget again then. That's what we would like to see. And our wages has gone up a little bit as well, probably about 150 grand, which isn't too bad. So that's good. So a lot of increases all the way. So let's go and spend some money and see if we can strengthen our side a little bit more. So the first of our 3 transfers, and we bring in Ludovic Blas from Rennes for £23 million. He's going to be sitting in the midfield. He can play as a cam as well. We're not gone to that formation just yet, but I am contemplating it for next season if we don't win anything this season. Playing the DM role, so I'm going to switch things around. But again, stats wise, looks really good. Dribbling, first touch, passion and technique stands out quite a bit as well. He's got good determination. Bravery is not too bad. Physicals are okay as well, but at 27 years old, I think he'll provide a little bit more stability than Maitland-Niles, I believe. From Lille for £12.5 million, we're bringing Lucas Chevalier, a goalkeeper. Again, he's got good potential. He's only 23 years old, and with Lopez, he's now 33, 34 years old. I think he's going to be a great replacement for him, and he's going to be our first choice goalkeeper going forward for the rest of this rebuild. I think he's got the makings of a good goalkeeper here. Good decision making, jumping, and area reach isn't too bad. And from Braga for £25.5 million, we're bringing in a right back. We did lose one of our right backs, I think it was. Very cheaply, actually. He was 33 years old, I think. So a replacement was due. But Victor Gomez comes in, 25 years old. A lot of time ahead of him, up to 2030 as well. So 5-year contract on 70 grand a week. I do believe we are stabilising and improving our back line now. So with them 3 players added in, friendlies got off to a rough start, but we did start the league campaign like we do normally, with a couple of draws and a couple of wins. Lille we draw 1-1. PSG 0-0 at home. That's a fantastic result. Then we beat Brest away 3-2 and a 1-0 win at home against Clermont. Hopefully that will improve more. Europa League, we have been drawn against Olympiacos, Zrinski, Vigo, Rangers, Maccabi Haifa, Ostrava, Basel and Villarreal. It's going to be tough to get out of that group, but I'm hoping we can fare better in the Europa League than we did in the Champions League last season. We're currently lying in 6th position with the 2 wins, 2 draws, unbeaten, 8 points, 4 behind Monaco and only 2 behind PSG, and we're the only ones that have taken points off them so far, so I'm really happy with that. And we have broken into the top 5, 50-1 now. Rennes have dropped out of there. They're way down in 8th position now. They were above us last season, but we're just behind Marseille, Nice, Monaco and PSG, which if we can overhaul them, then that would be superb, especially when they dominate the Dream 11. So season 3 is just around the corner. Let's get on with it, and we'll come back, see how we've done. Season 3 comes to a close, and we don't get any better. In fact, we lose another place, and we end up now in the Conference League in Europe. Wow, it's just not looking good, which means we didn't win the Europa League. Very disappointing. Even more so that we finished in 6th and we lose more points. We only lost 7 games though. Only 14 wins this time, 51 goals. I mean, saying that, PSG scored less than 100 and conceded over 20. So they've had a pretty bad season compared. They almost get caught by Nice, by the way. So delving into some of the results then, we do lose 3 on the bounce here. Nantes, Reims and Monaco. That kind of messed things up for us, despite we had an unbeaten run at that point. 2 draws, 3 wins on the bounce. Then we go on another unbeaten run, but again, draws are playing a very, very large part in this. We do lose to Marseille there, Clermont there as well, which again we would expect to win. The score lines aren't brilliant. A 4-0 of Angers, and that's about it. And then, yeah, we don't have a very strong run in, losing to PSG right on the last day of the season as well. We do beat Havre and draw with Nice, lose to Rennes again. And yeah, we're not doing pretty well against the teams above us. Maybe we just need to sort our formation out this time. Having one DM just doesn't seem to work. We just seem to be handicapped in some sort of way where we're just not... Well, we're not losing many. That's the problem. But we're not winning either as much. So we'll have to go back to the drawing board on this one, I feel. The French Cup, we get as far as the 11th round. And we lose to Lens 1-0. Wow. 27th minute winner. And we just can't get back into the game there. It looks like we had a few injuries as well. The Europa League, however, we do get all the way to the semi-final. Fantastic. Losing to Spurs 3-2 overall. We took a 1-0 lead in the first leg through Jafino on the 82nd. And, well, I'm glad we weren't 2-0, but we did get 2-2. And it was a 94-minute winner for Spurs that saw us out of the competition. So disappointing. Along the way, though, we did beat Villarreal. Despite losing a 3-0 first leg, we did turn it around to win 5-2 and then to win on penalties as well. We beat Porto, only just scraping through 2-1 on aggregate. I mean, Villarreal we did beat in the league phase as well, so we beat them twice. That was away from home, actually, as well, 2-1. We did lose to Banik Ostrava 3-2, the only other loss in the competition. But yeah, we did reasonably well. On this basis, we should go ahead and win the Conference League at least next season. So squad-wise, Bodu's doing the business yet again. 36 goals, 2 assists. Cherki, 10 goals, 14 assists. Bloss, 16 assists. Wow, with 9 goals. Let's keep him where he is then, shall we? Caracat as well, 45 games, 6 goals, 7 assists. To be fair, everybody's chipping in. And our goalkeeper Chevalier as well, 64 conceded. Maybe we need to look at the defence once more. Let's strengthen that. And by judging on these star ratings, we're losing an awful lot of players. Either not playing many games. Kumbende, 6 games. Well, 6 starts, 29 off the bench. Yeah, not many play with an average rating over 7 either. Right, okay, let's have a look at the finances. Only 37 million this time round. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful, I think, as to where we're going to be spending this. Signing number 1, £9.5 million from Benfica B team. Yes, B team. I was quite shocked. Martin Neto, 23 years old, midfielder, bargain at £9.5 million. A goal and 2 assists to his name already. Had a really good season with the B squad at Benfica last season. And decided, you know what, let's have a punt on him. £10 million. I can't believe we got him that cheap. From Leverkusen for £15 million. We're bringing Mika Marmol, left back, centre back. I really wanted somebody to come in as a centre back, but he gave us the options, the left back as well. And Tagliafico is not getting any younger, so he's going to hopefully replace him at some point, if not already. And already he's played a couple of games for us. But again, another young player, 25 years old, with some natural fitness, looking pretty nice. From Famalicão for £16 million, 24-year-old Octavio comes to the club. Another centre-back really is what I wanted him for. But again, he can play at left-back, so we have got options at that point there. We haven't got really anybody as backup at left-back. So these 2 guys we've just brought in can do the job for us. Great at heading. He's got good fitness, he's got great bravery as well, and he's reasonably quick. And finally, we had a couple of injuries to our wingers. We had to bring in somebody else as backup, and Jota, free transfer. He was available. Our scouts saw him and we picked him up very, very quickly. Granted, £88,000 a week for a backup. However, he could compete for a first team place if he's not already. And already he's got 2 goals in 2 appearances in the Europa Conference League and a goal in his first start in the league as well. So my betting is going to be a starter. On the other side, we do get rid of Maitland Miles. He's gone to Al Shabab for £2.8 million. Akuku's gone to Brianza for 2.2. And Lepenant has gone to Havre for 1.6. And a couple of other guys have gone out on loan and free as well. We are going to be trying this formation. I'm quite looking forward to seeing how well it does. From what I've seen already, you'll be in for a treat. Neto, we have got him locked in as a DLP, because if we pick our best 11, he does sit in there now. He wasn't before, but he is now, so I can't complain too much at that then, can I really? But that is our best 11 going forward. Apart from Neto, some of our other players like Jota can't get into the team just yet, but he is going to be there or thereabouts. And would you just look at that? Can you guess where we started going on an unbeaten run when we got Neto? Yes, of course, Benfica. We played Benfica. He played against his old team and we won 1-0. We struggled against Ipswich though for some bizarre reason. We played this cup friendly. We win that. And then we started in the Conference League, which we had to go through the qualifiers. We beat Fram 11-1 over the 2 legs. Then we beat AIK 7-2 over the 2 legs. And in between them, we've won a bunch of league games as well. The Conference League, however, we have drawn Bratislava, St. Johnston, Budućnost. I do apologise for butchering that. Astana. We've also got Atalanta and Punic, I think. Yeah, so at the moment, I'd like to see this continue for a little bit longer as well. That would be ever so nice. Of course, Caesars sitting pretty on top, 5 for 5. PSG have lost a game already to Marseille, and Nice have dropped points against Lens as well. So long may it continue, and we're still 50-1, 5th in the media predictions. I thought we had a little bit better, but if we produce the goods this season, I can see ourselves going into this, as we actually are going for it this season. We want to see goals, we want to see wins. Last season, I think with so many draws, we kind of lost our way a little bit, so we're going to go on the front foot and attacking. However, PSG Dream Team domination once again. So season 4, let's see if we can turn the tables and get a competition win finally. Season 4 has just finished and we are back in the top 4. 64 points. We're still way off PSG. We're not getting any closer to Monaco or Nice, but we have finished above Marseille, Strasbourg and Lens as well. Lille are in 8th position, Rennes are further down, and I just think it's a lot better season this time. 19 wins compared to last season, where we've drawn a lot less and we've converted them into wins. And that has been, I think, the main difference for us finishing in 4th position. We scored 66 goals, only conceding 49, which isn't too bad. I'm quite happy with that. And as an added bonus, we are in the Champions League. So how did we fare in the league then? So we were unbeaten right up until we played Montpellier. And then we carried it on for the next couple of games. 1-1 draw with PSG. That's a huge result and a really good one as well. Then we beat Rennes and Monaco. Drew with Marseille, and then it went a little bit pear-shaped. 3 losses in the next 4 games to Clermont, Lille and ASSE, who got relegated. We get back to winning ways, convincingly, some of them. Quite tight, a few more losses. Home to Troyes, I don't expect to see that. PSG, we get smashed 5-0, probably expect that. Monaco, I mean, nothing really huge or big, but we do finish strongly towards the end of the season as well, so that's quite good as well. Nice beat us 4-3, Lille again. Yeah, some losses there, which I think we should be winning at this point of the rebuild, I think. The French Cup, we get all the way to the semi-final. This is fantastic. So 4th place finish. Semi-final in the French Cup, where we beat Grasse 10-0 in the 9th round. 2-0. We beat PSG 2-0. Cherki and Nuno Mendes own goal. That just goes to show how far we've come. FCSM a 4-0 victory, 4-3 over Nice in the quarterfinals, but Strasbourg 3-2. We were 1-0 up, then 3-1 down at half time, and then we do get 1 back through Cherki, and just wasn't enough to claw it all the way back though. However, we do get to the final of the Conference League and we win it 1-0 with a 92nd minute winner from Bodo right at the death. That's trophy number 1, and as you can see, we did dominate that game as well. 87% pass completion, possession 55 in our favour, and XG nearly 3.5. And that's fantastic. The Jota played, and I think he missed a is that a penalty or did he miss a goal? Is that a penalty? He might have missed a penalty actually. I mean, it's a side that I would probably expect to have played. Jafino Jerky played in the cam role actually. But as you can see, we literally stormed the league phase. 5-0 against Bratislava, 3-0 over St. Johnston, 8-0 over Nost. I can't pronounce the name. Astana 3-0, 1-0 over Atalanta. Punic 9-1. Luzerne in the round of 16, 7-2. Frankfurt we beat 4-2 thanks to a 2-0 home leg win. And Atalanta again. Did we? Yeah, we did. We beat them 1-0. and we beat them 3-0 over the 2 legs. That is phenomenal. That is really, really good. So we have got ourselves a European trophy. And I've just had to check. That is our first European trophy as well. Bodu is just absolutely phenomenal. Without him, I don't think... he's taken the mantle of Lacazette, hasn't he, really? 46 goals and 11 assists in 51 games. That's more than 1 goal contribution a game. Cherki, 18 and 21. Blas, 14 and 12. And it looks like he's been injured as well. 3 months. Oh, good grief. From April. Wow. Hence why Cherki was playing in the cam role. 10 and 12 for Numawa. That's really good as well. 11 assists for Marwell as well in the left back position. I'm guessing it's left back position. 17 assists for Neto as well. What a side. We just need to see if we can get any more decent players in there and stop the goals being conceded, actually. How did our goalkeeper do? Chevalier, 59 and 54. 19 clean sheets. Wow. So hopefully they're going to give us a little bit more money now we're in the Champions League again. And... oh, I'm hoping it's because we've not had much money in yet. But £19 million, I don't think that's going to go a long way, is it really? Don't know what to make of that. I'm not going to lie. Okay, let's see what we can do in the market. But we might be able to bring in 1 or 2 players. Possibly. Okay, let's go into the market. Let's see what we can do with this money. So with limited budget then, we managed to bring in Thiago Almada as a cam. And again, another cracking player, 26 years old, only £7 million. I mean, that is a bargain. He's already scored 3 goals for us in 4 games. He's going to definitely help our forward line. That's for sure. With the injury to Bloss as well, we are going to be in a very strong position with him now in the team, I feel. And yeah, his stats look really nice as well. From Zaragoza for £6.5 million, we bring in Poussin, another goalkeeper. We've lost Lopez. He retired, I think he did. And we had no backup, so we decided to spend £6 million on a backup. And that was virtually our transfer budget blown. It was all gone. Contracts had to be renewed. There wasn't much left in there, so just the 2 signings for us this season, but he looks pretty good actually. I'm not going to lie. So sticking with the same formation, our results so far have not been too bad. Our first game we lost 2-1. I think everybody just coming back from holiday. 7-3 win there over Fenerbahce. Well, that is a cracking result. And then we started off the Champions League qualifying campaign where we beat Young Boys 5-2 over the 2 legs. Played Benfica, beat them 4-0 at home before losing 1-0 away. And then we enter the league phase where we play Galatasaray, Astana, Basel, AC Milan, Barcelona, Chelsea, Leverkusen and Ajax. I'm guessing we should be able to come through that. Our league campaign, however, we started off with a 5-1 victory over Bordeaux, 2-2 over Brest, a 1-0 victory over Lorient, a 3-0 over Marseille, and then lastly PSG 3-2. Despite going ahead twice, we lose to Thuram's 90th minute winner, which sits us nicely in 4th position, 5 points behind the leaders Rennes, and the PSG not far behind them as well. Our goal difference looks pretty good as well, so hopefully it will continue and we'll break into the top 3 this time, fingers crossed. Our odds have been slashed with 5th in the media at 33-1 now, and there has been a player in the Dream 11 that's disrupted the PSG monopoly, and it's Nice's Todibo. Going into the final season, can we add to the conference trophy with another one this season, and hopefully we can get a little bit closer to PSG at the top. Season 5 is over and the end of the rebuild, and we finished in 2nd spot. PSG lost their final game of the season. We won our last 5, so did Monaco, so we really had to keep the pressure on. Monaco doing their best to nick 2nd spot. We did it, a Champions League spot, and I'm hoping that Champions League spot takes us straight to the group stage, opposed to being in the qualifiers where we have been. But that is a remarkable achievement. I'm very, very proud of the lads. Easily our best season. Still not enough to topple PSG. We lost 4 games, Marseille, Troyes, Nice and PSG. PSG, we did beat PSG. Was that the final game of the season, I wonder? Well, considering we were 20 odd points behind them in previous seasons, to be only 4 points, I'm so proud. And at the same time, Bodu is the Golden Boot winner as well. Even better. So if we take a look at our form guide then, how well we did. So we did get off to a great start at the beginning. We did lose to PSG in that one game, but we do keep our nerve to go unbeaten for the next couple of months. A 5-3 win over Reims there, 3-0 over Rennes. Lens even got battered 3-1 as well. Then we didn't have a great time in November. Metz, Nantes and Nice taking 2 points from that 9. And then we seem to find our form at the turn of the year from February, actually. A 5-2 win over Lorient, but losing to Marseille in January. However, we did pick it up. 3 straight draws at the beginning of February, and then we just went on the rampage. That is absolutely phenomenal. And there you can see PSG right at the very end. Last game of the season, 2-1. We do, however, lift the French Cup for another trophy this season. Really, really good as well. Really happy about that as well. Great strike from Cherki as well. He gets 2 goals in this game, the first and the last one. But a 4-0 victory over Angers with Almado netting the second goal through a penalty. Wonderful take though. We clear it from the back. And it's, I think it's Bodou that runs through with it. But Victor plays it in, and Bodou once again. Gomez is just, he's had one hell of a lot of assists, I believe, looking at the stats partway through the season. And I'd like to know how much he finished on. Did he get to 20? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Our fullbacks have played really, really well. Cherki with a wonderful header at the back post there. And as you can see, we only allowed Angers 1 shot. I mean, that is, I mean, to only have 46% possession and give them only 1 shot, I find that very hard to believe. I mean, they're outclassed us in passes completed and possession. That don't make sense to me at all. But along the way, we did beat Romorantin 5-0, 10-1 over Toulon. Lille 2-1, 5-0 against Marseille in the quarterfinals. We beat Monaco on penalties in the semis after a 3-3 draw, with ourselves with Numawa getting the equaliser in the 90th minute after Diego Dalot scored for Monaco. However, we only got as far as the round of 16 in the Champions League after beating Bayern Munich in the first leg 3-1, we get smashed in the second, 6-0. Maybe that's what gave us the urge to go and win every game after that. I mean, 6-0, we just didn't have an answer at all, did we? Despite winning the first leg 3-1. League phase, we drew with Galatasaray 4-4, Astana. We beat Basel, we beat AC Milan, we beat as well. We lost 4-2 to Barcelona and 2-0 to Chelsea, but beat Leverkusen and Ajax. I mean, that's not too bad. And we beat Celtic in the playoff rounds before the round of 16. A 5-0 home thumping there. I mean, we did reasonably well. I would have liked to have got a bit further, but when you start playing against teams like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, yeah, it's going to be difficult. So squad-wise, Bodou does it again. 37 goals in 53 with 4 assists. Almada in his first season, 20 goals, 11 assists. Wow, that's phenomenal. 18 and 13 for Jota. Namawa 16 and 13, sorry. Cherki 12 and 7. 10 and 6 for Bloss. 9 and 11 for Marwal at left back. Neto gets 8 and 15. Karake gets 4 and 11. A lot of assists. And Gomez 17 assists. Granted, he didn't score, but does he really need to? If we just have a quick look, I mean, wow. That's an awful lot of an assist. It really is. Our goalkeeper as well, Chevrolet, 68 and 56, but he did get 17 clean sheets again, which is pretty good. Let's have a look at Cherki. He was one of our youngsters, wasn't he? I mean, he's developed very, very nicely as well over the past couple of seasons. Well, since he's been with us, he looks really good. Development-wise, progress. Let's have a look at his progress. It has been up and down, but if we have a look at his attributes, they have. I mean, if we do it over the all time, they've all gone up considerably. Agility went up by that 1 in the end to get into 17. 17 seems to be the highest of all, but yeah, everything's gone up. Really pleased with that. Also, staffing wise, I can't grumble. It's just the medical stuff that we just need to work on, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. So it's not surprising how the team performs. I think I'll just start from a 4-2-3-1 formation off the bat. I mean, it just seems to work so well, like it did in the United one last week and now this one. So we add to our trophy tally our Europa League, Conference League trophy, our first European one. We do get the French Cup, our first one since 2012 as well. Unfortunately not to get any of the others, but it would have been very, very difficult, I think, to overhaul PSG. But given another couple of seasons, I think we might have done it. So have a quick look at the records. Anything that stands out since we've taken over? Nothing at the beginning apart from most league goals scored in season 88, and that's this season just gone. Attendances 59,000 against PSG in 23. Galatasaray 1.69 million highest gate receipts in 24. High average attendance 51.5 24-25 season. Yeah, lowest attendance was against Fram, but we did batter them as I recall. Results, biggest win, the 10-0 win over Grasse. High scoring game, the 10-1 against Toulon, that's just gone. And Montpellier is a high scoring league match with 5-3 over Montpellier. Bordeaux gets the most goals in a season, 46. He also gets 29 league goals as well. Highest average rating is Bordeaux against them, 5-1. We are setting records. 2027 fastest goal, 12 seconds by Bordeaux against Marseille. I think that's the season just gone as well. Loads of records being broken this particular season. Most assists, 21 by Cherki in 26-27. Most clean sheets, Chevalier, 19. So he got 19 previous season, 17 this season. Wow, quite remarkable, really. And most man of the match was 11 by Bordeaux. Anything else after that? I don't think there is. Sequences. 10 wins in a row ourselves, 10 in 27 matches lost in row 3. Oh, so we didn't lose as many though. 3 in a row is the most then. Most matches without winning, 7 in the 24-25. Most matches without scoring, 3 in the 24. And most matches without conceding, 7. That was before we took over. And the highest transfer paid was £25 million for Gomez from Braga. I think he was worth every single penny. So that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy that, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And next week will be the FM24 proper, as these last two are on beta. So fingers crossed. They may have tweaked a few things, corrected a few things, and we'll be up and running as the game comes out, I believe, after this weekend. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.